Let me close the door. Close enough. This is Seagull of my house bidding you welcome, and the camera is insanely close to my face, and I just looked at the viewfinder instead of the actual camera, so let's see if we can get this one under 45 minutes, shall we? This is... Recently, I've been uploading stuff from a backlog of videos, and I've still been making them, so... This is from these pickups, I should say. Oh, I was about to say a week. No, 3, maybe 4 weeks ago. It started off in like mid-February with the bag below me, and then the last thing I got was today, so I'm just going to have it all in this video. It's going to be insanely long. Get a cup of coffee or something. I swear, as I further my education, my ability to speak English just goes down. I don't know why. Maybe I'm learning new things and forgetting the basic things, but I have a box of goodies. God, I hope I didn't show my address there. I can blur it out later. I got a box of goodies. The top 2 things are things that I got today in the mail, and I've decided that fucking birds. I'll no longer show packages just as is. I'll chuck them in a box like this. In fact, exactly this box. And when it gets to the filling point, which it has, I'll show it on a video and just say, you know, how long ago I got things, how much I paid for them, stuff like that. So I'll start off with this. It's probably the only consistency we're going to have in upcoming videos, but... For starters, a PlayStation Vita game came out, and I went to go get a copy the day after it was released, and no EB Games in my area had it. Not fucking one of them. It was horrible. If you didn't pre-order the game, there was literally no chance of getting it. The only copies that physical stores got in were pre-orders. And so I checked the online store, still nothing. It was unacceptable. I had to end up going to Play Asia and paying $5 more than EB Games had it for, which took it to a total of like $50 after shipping. Which is insane for a PlayStation Vita game, but I've been wanting this one. I've been waiting for it. I was on the fence for a little while thinking I should get an American copy, which I eventually did because Play Asia sent me one, but... for $50, one that's still sealed, and that I will be playing after I play... where is it? Dragon's Crown, which I still haven't played. Or started playing. It is... Trigger Happy Havoc Danganronpa? Yeah, Danganronpa. Yes. And it is the... Canadian version, eh? They say I'm from Canada, eh? And I'm a little slow, eh? I've offended a bunch of people. As we all should. I would have liked to get a European copy, but there was just no chance. Except... a few days after I bought this, like literally 48 hours or something, I checked on the online store again in EB Games. They have a second shipment being shipped out. So if I had just been patient, I could have saved $5 or $6, but whatever. I have it now, and I'm going to play it eventually. I have recently finished Virtue's Last Reward, and that is a fantastic game. And so I looked at that one and thought it looked kind of similar. And I grabbed it. For $50 fucking dollars. Alright, next one. I need to try and not stay on one game for too long. This is a Philips CDI game. I actually got a few Philips CDI games. I'll grab the other ones. Over the past 3 weeks, I got 3 Philips CDI games. I'll show them in order of when I got them. One of them is very interesting, one of them is awesome, and one of them is just meh. And the meh is O Sole Mio Pavarotti, or whatever his name is. I know he is a singer. And this is a video CD for the Philips CDI. I usually try and stay away from video CDs, but this was like $5.60 after shipping, so That was a price that I couldn't avoid. You won't be able to hear that, I hope. This one was $10 after shipping, and it's one that I've been looking to get for any system that I can get it for, but unless I was going to get it for PC, I was not going to get a copy, and I thought someone was just barging into my door. That scared the shit out of me. Alright. But it is Voyeur for the Philips CDI. Such a cool game. It's all in the title. You play as a voyeur, and you're looking in on this family, and this family is messed. Like, everyone's trying to have sex with everyone. Everyone's trying to screw everyone over. One of them is the President of the United States. If you haven't played this, I recommend looking up some gameplay of it, and yes, it is off its hinges, but it is just so cool. Such a different kind of game. I've never played anything quite like it. And I doubt there's anything else that's quite like it either, because, I mean, what other game are you going to get the President having sex with his sister? And that should be the title of the episode. Speaking of sex, this cost, I believe, $8 after shipping. It came from the Netherlands, which I do not know the accent of, so I cannot offend them. You got lucky, Netherlands. Alright, you probably can't hear that. I'm closing the door. There we go. Also got new curtains, if you'll notice. I swear whenever I try to film a video, something starts up. Like, a plane crashes into a building near my house. Someone starts mowing their lawn, a car crash happens and alarms go off. Something. There's never anything until I start filming. It's annoying. But, a Philips CDI game I bought for $8 after shipping. It is Het Groot Wonder, or A Child is Born. There's a lot of strange shit for the Philips CDI. There's also one that I'm looking to get called The Joy of Sex, and what was it called? Something by Hustler Magazine or Playboy Magazine, one of the two. I have no idea what this is about because I only got it today. But it's such a cool looking game. And Voyeur and Pavarotti, I got those like 3 weeks ago, so I meant to show them in another video, but couldn't be bothered. But that's cool. If anyone wants to see footage or gameplay, please don't tell me I'm never going to film myself playing this. And I'll honestly never play it, because it's weird. Look at it. Ugh. I did a trade with a fellow YouTuber. What do we call them YouTubers? I mean, it's not the plural form, it's just YouTube guy or something. But, I did a trade with someone, Raised by Dingoes. He was originally just going to send me something, but I told him, you know what, I have a few games I want to send out to someone. We'll make it an official trade. He's already shown his on video like a week or two ago, which shows you just how long it's been, but the things he sent me were World's Scariest Police Chasers, which came with a little bonus in the form of Monsters Inc. Scare Island, just disc only, which I don't think I have. I've seen copies of it, but I was never willing to actually get one, so that's cool. But the main thing he wanted to send me, a Master System game, which I always appreciate, always want to build up that collection. Global Gladiators on the Master System, which I have not played on the Master System, but I have played on the Mega Drive. It's pretty good. It's not the greatest game of all time, but it's definitely not one of the worst. It's no Bubsy, I'll say that. It's no Bubsy, but it's no Mario at the same time. It has a good, even playing field, and it is decent. Average, if you will. Mediocre. No, you cannot hear that, or at least I hope not. For $10, like 3 weeks ago, I bought this one off of eBay, and it has some weird cover art. It's for the Master System again, just the karting game, not the cart in the game, just the cartridge and the case and the overlay, it's Shadow Dancer, alright? It's Shadow Dancer. So I got this, it cost me like $10 after shipping. Not as good as the Mega Drive version, as usually the case. And this game is hard. Really, really difficult. I'm not sure if I haven't played it a huge amount, but I tried to get to the first boss, could not beat him. Could not beat him at all. But it's all in there except for the manual, which I don't really care about. You know, a manual is just something extra in my eyes. I never read them anyway, and I should probably sit correctly on my seat. Correct posture, everyone. Keep those backs healthy. This was just like a week ago that I got these, so this was actually really cool. Yeah, they are Famicom games and then Famicom bootlegs, which I bought from a guy in Korea off of eBay. And it cost me like $10 after shipping. And that was awesome. They even came in these... fucking hell. There we go. They came in these protective cases, and they are really cool. So all of these cost me $10. We have a 4-in-1 with Ninja Turtles, Batman, more Ninja Turtles, and Spider-Man. We have 2 official games. One of them is part of the Pro Yaku series, which is baseball, and it's made by Jalico. Other one, I have no idea. Anyone knows it, just comment below. We have 2 more 4-in-1s with Lode Runner, Sky Destroyer, Donkey Kong, and Super Mario, and more Spider-Man, Ninja Cat, which has Garfield on it, which is awesome. Adventure Island 3, and something called WWF 3, which has TNA Impact on it, because fun. And then 2 more 4-in-1s with... You know what, I'll just show them this time. They're just kind of cool to have in my collection. I can play them on my Famiclone, but I'm going to wait until my Retron 5 comes in before I actually test them. But I've tested the other ones and they work. I will actually play one of these. I will play that one called Pika because I'm interested in what it is. Could be interesting. And that is... Yep. That is all of the parcels I've gotten. God, I hope I kept that under 10 minutes. And so all together... Yay. Now, some things I can actually speak upon because... pretty much the rest of this stuff is from some branch of Cash Converters. They've been good to me the last 3 or so weeks. And I will not be doing this in chronological order at all. I'll just be holding up the game, talking about it, saying the price, and whatnot. And I do know when I got these when I went out with a friend at a sleepover at his place. We then went to a weird meetup thing. It was fun. But I talked him into coming to Cash Converters with me, as I usually do. Whenever I'm near a Cash Converters, I have to check it out, just to see if they have something I want. And evidently this store had a lot of stuff that I want, which is weird, because the last time I was there, they didn't. But from the store, for $3, I bought a copy of Metal Slug 4, which I do already have, but I have it in like a Metal Slug 5 case, so the artwork says Metal Slug 5. But the insides were Metal Slug 4, and this one is all Metal Slug 4, so if anybody wants that other copy of Metal Slug 4 I have, just tell me. This was only $3. Not my favorite Metal Slugs, that will always go to Metal Slug X, but still not a bad game. I will give it a playthrough. Well, I'll show them separately. A game that I won't be giving a playthrough because I already own, and it's not a bad game, but you know my opinion on it. If you're a watcher of my videos, you know my opinion on this series. Final Fantasy XII. It was only $3, so I couldn't leave it behind. Because I have an addiction and I have a problem, alright? I'll trade it into Game Traders. Maybe I'll get the $3 back. But $3 for that. I actually have been planning to give Final Fantasy XII a bit more of a play, because I only played it for like 4 hours or something, which is really not enough time to give a Final Fantasy game. They're just so long. They're way too long for me. I mean, I recently finished Phantasy Star, and that's like 16 hours. I barely got through that, and I had to have a guide with me the entire time. How am I going to get through like 50 hours of that? I mean, the most I've ever put into a game on a home console is like 35 hours for Kingdom Hearts, and I thought that game was shit. And speaking of shit, we have Final Fantasy X. What a nice little transition. I actually haven't played this one at all, so anything I say upon it, or anything I've said in the past, is all just bullshit. I have not played this one at all. at all. I just hear it's average. And so I haven't played it, and do not have a plan to play it. But I do have it in my collection now. One that I do have a plan to play, though, because it's not a traditional RPG, it's more of a third-person shooter. We have Dirge of Cerberus, or I used to call it Dirge of Cerebus, and I have no idea what Cerebus means, but another game in the Final Fantasy VII series. There's like 3 games and 1 movie in the Final Fantasy VII franchise. Just, yeah, it's dead now, but I've heard this is shit, but at the same time, I have been wanting to give it a go, because a friend of mine says it's not as bad as people say it is, and it also came with a bonus. It came with Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. It's a horrible name for a video game, which I actually own on the PSP, maybe? I do own it on the PlayStation Portable, I know that. I just don't know where it is. For $7! I got this ages ago for the Xbox 360, and I'm looking at it right now in shame and disgust that it's in my collection. But One Shanbara Bikini Zombie Slayers. The one I have is Bikini Samurai Squad, but this is Bikini Zombie Slayers. What has my life devolved into? Loosely clothed women with tramp stamps running around killing zombies. I'm not sure if that's the reason to buy the game or the reason to avoid it, but it was $7, and it just called out to me. I was just like, this is insane enough for me to buy. So I did buy it. It is complete. Unless it came with some kind of points. I will play that someday. I will sit down, I will play it, and I will feel like a fucking dumbass. And then for $2, a random PlayStation 1 game, something we have been lacking. PlayStation 1 stuff, we need to get more of it. I haven't gotten the PlayStation 1 game in ages. Because I'm just not willing to pay a high price for them. Like, $2. $2 or $3, that's my limit for a random PlayStation 1 game. Usually 2. This was $2. It is Freestyle Scooter. I'm still going for that full set. I said I wasn't, but now I am again. Because I was going to get rid of a bunch of PlayStation 1 games, but I decided to just chuck them all into a tub and then hide them in my closet. Out of the sight, out of the mind. This one's all in there, manual and whatnot, disc insert. Have not played it, but it's made by Neversoft. No, not Neversoft, Crave. Crave Entertainment, which is the same guys that do the Tony Hawk series, or they used to anyway. I don't know who does it anymore. Actually, no one do, because they don't make them anymore, which is a damn fine thing. Yeah, that was all in that store. That ended up costing me a total of like $21, which I was happy to pay. Got some good stuff there, stuff that I won't necessarily play all that much, but stuff that does go towards the collection. I went into another Cash Converters, and they were having what was it? It was like a 20% off all video games, but then like a further 50% off ones that had weird tags on them, so please tell me I have the receipt somewhere, otherwise I am not going to remember these prices at all. No. I don't have the receipt. I'm just going to have to try and go off of my head what these prices were, so actually, no, I don't have the receipt. I lost the receipt somewhere, but these were very cheap. I remember a few of them. We have, for the original Xbox, Pac-Man World 3, which was, I want to say $1.80 off to 20% off, because it was originally $2. I enjoy the Pac-Man World series. They are very fun. The first one I played on the PlayStation 1 is very good. Haven't played the second one, and I'm not really sure what system it's out for, but give them a look. They're actually really good. They'll surprise you. The original Xbox, a exclusive for the original Xbox, Azuric, Rise of Parathea. Yes, I did read that correctly. It's just a stupid name. This cost me 80 fucking cents. This was $1. I mean, no. I fucking forget. It was probably 90 cents. It was $1 minus... No, wait. If it was 20% off, then this one would have been $1.60. And this one was 20% off, so yes, it was 80 cents. And I've already taken all the stickers off, but you can still see residue. They were the old style of cash converter stickers. I just wanted to get them off. That's all in the disc is in... it'll work. I'll give it a go. If I don't like it, I'll get rid of it, which I usually do with original Xbox games. One that is completely meaningless as a video game because you can't access the multiplayer anymore, but the Halo 2 multiplayer map pack, and I kept all the stickers on to show you just how bad EB Games used to be. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7! Fucking 7! 7 stickers! That's unacceptable! I'm glad they don't do that anymore, because that would be really, really annoying. And someone paid $13 for this at some point. I believe I paid $1.60 for it, though I do not remember. They also had a copy of Halo 2, the Collector's Edition, just like the steel case thing that you always see for $5. Wasn't willing to buy it, even at 20% off. This was insanely cheap. This was $2 minus 20% off, so $1.60 again for Metropolis Mania, which do I already have this? Please tell me I don't already have this bloody game. I don't see it anywhere, so I'm guessing no, I do not have Metropolis Mania, though I do remember buying it at some point. I bought Metropolis Mania and Metropolis Mania 2 for $5 like a year ago or something. It's on a pickup video somewhere. Grubgon commented on the video saying that it was a very good deal, which it wasn't, because it's a shit game, and so is this. The Metropolis Mania games are not very good. If you want city building, stick with SimCity 4. That's your best option, but for $1.60, why not? And I kept a sticker on this just to show it. That's the old style of cash converter sticker. It is horrible to get off. You need a hairdryer, otherwise you're going to wreck the case. But I believe this was $1.60 as well. Shocks. Rally Reinvented. I'll give this a go. A short go. Not much of a go, of course, because it's it. And then for $8, which brought my total price up to like $15 or something. It was a hell of a deal. I did not spend much money that day, even though I was out with a friend. In fact, it was the same friend, but a different day. So I've been spending a lot of time with friends, which is very good. Get out, get active, have a social life. It's fun. Except when you actually have to pay for stuff, then it becomes kind of crappy. Like paying for public transport and having to sit on public transport after you've paid for it. It's not a fun experience. But I got for $8 total. It came in this huge thing. They are the Japanese versions of The Ring, The Ring 2, and Ring 0, which is actually still sealed, so that's pretty cool. I will give these a watch eventually. I'm not sure when. I don't have a huge amount of movies to go through, except for there's a few down here that I'll show. But for $8 for those, I've been looking to watch the original Ring series for the longest time, so that's now my excuse to get them. And I have them now, and I will watch them at my discretion. And speaking of movies, I was at TAFE. It was the 4th or 5th week back. I don't know, I've been there for a long time now. It all just gels into one long week. Just like when you stay up too long, it all gels into one long day. But a friend knows I do op shopping and stuff like that. Op shops, thrift stores, they're the same thing here. Except we call them opportunity stores for some reason. But she bought me a collector's edition of movies that 2 of them I didn't have, 1 of them I did, for $4 total, which I wouldn't have paid. I would have asked for it a little bit cheaper, but Indiana Jones, the collector's edition, it comes with The Lost Ark, which I have, Temple of Doom, which I don't have, and The Last Crusade, which I don't have. And I have not seen The Last Crusade probably since 2007, if I'll be honest. Yes, I know it has Sean Connery, it's supposed to be the best one, but for $4 that they bought that for me, I was very appreciative, and I didn't have to pay them back, so that was good. It's always fun to get free stuff, isn't it? Yeah. This is the one. This one has an awesome story. So, I was in Cash Converters, my local one, which is in Indooroopilly. Look up where my house is, I guess. I'm sure a bunch of people know now. Fucking Grubgun was spying on me when I was doing my trade with him. He knows where I live. He knows I have a pool. He knows I have a cat. That's illegal, mate. Invasion of my personal... Fuck. I dropped something. What was I on about? No idea. Cash Converters. So, I went in. I saw some things that I instantly grabbed because I wanted to buy, and then I saw this one, which was in the case, because they keep all their Game Boy Advance games in the case. Whew! I was happy to get this. I saw it, asked the guy, Michael, the guy's name is, very nice guy, I always deal with him. Never gives me a deal on anything, do you, but still a very nice guy, very fun to chat with. As are the rest of the people in EB Games, they're all just jovial, loving people who appreciate my business and would probably kick dirt in my face if I wasn't buying stuff, but it was in the case. I asked him to grab it for me, instantly thinking this is going to be sold on the web store. This is the kind of thing they put on the web store and it would have sold already. I am not walking out of this store with this in my hands. Unless I try to steal it or something, which I never would. Ever. Ever. I mean that in all seriousness as well. It's serious voice time now, and we're back to jovial. So, why am I holding up? I haven't finished the story. I got to the counter. He scanned it up, looks me dead in the fucking eye, and says, I've got some bad news for you. You're walking out of the store with this. And I took a few steps back and literally did a 80s freeze frame jump for joy. I was there for like 5 minutes just frozen in the air. It was terrifying. It was terrifying, but eventually I did come down. I came back down to earth and I paid for my item. And that is The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past and Four Swords Adventure. Urgh! My first actual old Legend of Zelda game. I don't have Ocarina of Time. I don't have Majora's Mask. I don't have any Super Nintendo 1 or NES 1. I just have this. I have this and I have Twilight Princess. That is all. And I haven't played Twilight Princess yet. But it was only $3. I did try it out. The save battery inside it works, as it should. Words cannot describe. It's just... I never find these. Even if it's on Game Boy Advance, I'm happy to get it. I don't see this. I see other Game Boy Advance games that I don't want. I never see this one. But I have it now. I own it. It is mine. And I'll be putting it in my Game Boy Advance and playing the shit out of it. And I probably just broke it. The other three games I got were $3, $3, and then $1.50. The $1.50 one, which is that one, it had that, so it was $1.50. It was in the clearance bin. It is Heat Seeker, which is not in its original thing. But it does look alright, even if it is a X rental and it's scratched to hell. If it doesn't work, I'll just take it back. Because they do a 3-month warranty on their items, which is great. Because I have an item that I bought there, it does not work, I have not shown it in a video, and I never will, because it does not work. But I've had it for at least 3 weeks, and I can still just take it back whenever I want, which I will be doing. Trust me, I will be taking it back. The other two items I got for $3 were Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30. I love this series. This is a very good series of games. I had this when I was probably 12 or 13 and didn't really recognize how good it was, but ever since I played Hell's Highway and just completely changed my opinion on it. Such a good series, that. Play them if you don't know what they're about. They're kind of first-person military shooters, but they're still good. And one that looks right up my alley, even if it is a Keanu Reeves movie, Constantine the video game. I shouldn't sigh about it, I don't know what it's about yet. Who knows? It could be the greatest game of all time, and I'm just sitting here judging it. Alright. So those were $3 each. Last thing. So much dust in my room, I think I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze a lung out or something eventually. I'm not sick anymore. I'm completely healthy. I think. It's just vision. Alright. looking down, I bought an insane amount of stuff over the last 3 weeks, so I'll probably slow down a little, but this is the kickoff. This is the piece de resistance stuff that I bought 3 whole weeks ago and never showed in a video. I showed other stuff in another video, but not this stuff. It was the stuff I was pointing out was behind me and didn't exist. But it exists now, so on to the tip shop, which they won't let me film in there for security reasons because, I don't know, someone chucked a hissy fit on having their face on camera or something. I don't know. I'll have to look up some legislation on it at some point, but before I went into there, I went into a random pawnbrokers and grabbed myself a copy of Capcom Digital Collection. It was only $4.95, $5. That's in there. I played Final Fight to completion. Great game. Also grabbed for $1 Dracula 2000 DVD. I'm going through these quickly. But the DVDs I bought from the actual tip shop, because I do have DVDs and they priced them at $2 each. I bought 4 wrestling DVDs, of which they did have more, but I did not grab them because I either already had them or did not want them, but I grabbed... Actually, I'll tell you the total price of these at the end, because the person at the counter gave me a deal and swore a fucking head off at me. I grabbed UWF Wrestling Wars. I do not know what this is at all. It's one of those El Cheapo DVDs made with like a home printing thing, but it still looks cool. It would have been sold in like a discount variety store or something, but it looks fun. And I do know what the UWF is. It is after World Class Championship Wrestling tried to go national. They tried to do something called UWF, which was United Wrestling Federation, and it bombed. Also grabbed Shawn Michaels' Boyhood Dream. Fat Mike got Mr. WrestleMania, and in my always compliant one generation behind, I got the DVD of Mr. WrestleMania. Boyhood Dreamer. The Boyhood Dream has come true. I got the Hall of Fame induction ceremony of 2004, which I bought mostly for Jesse Ventura because he is awesome. The best commentator, in my opinion, ever. The way he used to make fun of guys like Tito Santana by calling him Chico and just being a complete racist asshole. It was great, especially on commentary. This comes with 2 discs, so I'm surprised they didn't try and charge me $2 per disc. It has the entire ceremony plus matches, and an Extreme Championship Wrestling DVD. One that I do not see very often. I always see the same ECW DVD, and it's like No Holds Barred 1999 or something, and it's not a very good show, but though this isn't the best show, it is an okay one. Living Dangerously 2000, which actually has a really good Mike Awesome versus Kid Cash match on it. Kid Cash was great. I love me some Kid Cash. And I do like ECW. It's all complete spot fest. It's to hell with psychology. From there, I also grabbed two for my VHS collection. A Monty Python's Flying Circus, which I always grab because I cannot find them on DVD. And a random documentary, which I thought looked kind of cool, The Death of the Dinosaur, in a weird slipcover. Which is kind of weird. I don't see too many slipcover videos or DVDs or anything like that. Also grabbed a Speed Racer sports timer for my collection. Looks kind of cool. I love Speed Racer. Speed Racer is just awesome. I'm currently looking at the complete DVD set, which I'm currently watching. But the main purchase there, and you'll be asking yourself, Jesus Christ, Sega, do you need another one? No. No, I do not. I do not need another one of these. I have 4, maybe 5, 2 of them in the box, so no, I do not need another one of these, but I have another one of these, a PlayStation 2 Fat System. It does work, barely. It grinds and groans and complains with all its might, but it does work. I'd say it's up for trade, but let's be honest, I would never cough up the money to ship this fucker out. And all of those things were a total of... It was supposed to be 18 or 20, but I asked if I could do 15 on it, and the woman at the counter said, sure, why the fuck not? Literally, the words out of her mouth. Woman swearing at me. I'm just trying to get a better deal here. Nah, she was great. She was great. The person she was with was great. A young guy who... He was the guy that said that the PlayStation 2 was $10. Usually they're $15, even if they don't have the cords, but he said it was $10. Now, the other DVDs just came into my hands. I played them like suckers. In the words of Aaron Korsharsky, I ganked them. What a horrible, horrible word. But that is everything. That is absolutely... Ooh, nearly fell out of my chair, nearly knocked stuff over. That is absolutely everything. Everything. I will do no editing on this video at all. The thing I said I would edit out, which I am not going to do, I will not edit out. I will upload this in its entirety, no matter how long it is, to my YouTube channel. It'll be 40 to 45 minutes, I'm sure. This is Seagull of my house bidding you farewell. Stay the hell away from my thrift stores, otherwise you'll get ganked. What the hell? Where the fuck did I grab this from? Stay out of my thrift stores.